hello once again to YouTube and also this man. We're back. With a cowboy. Yeehaw. We did pretty good last time. So last time we finished day 1 of the trial. And we found out there was a whole second murder that occurred, but I think it's actually the only murder and they moved the body. And now we have to talk to this beautiful man who does shave his beard all the time. And yeah, it never gets shorter or longer. YouTube, you'll never believe what crimes the English committed today. Or you might believe it. Or it might be exactly what you would think. To be honest. He's a cowboy by day, a magician by night. That would be so fun. That's like the perfect Ace Attorney character. A magician and a cowboy. Like, you can't just be one thing. You gotta shake it up a bit. Hey YouTube, do you know Spanish? Commenters, sound off below. Do you know Spanish? Were you taught Spanish? Are you Spanish? Is it your first language? Second language? Third language? Fourth? Okay. So we also chatted with Gumshoe a lot yesterday in the evidence room. That was fun. I liked that. And now we're talking with him. We're also waiting for Edgeworth to show up. He's being yelled at, I think. I think that's pretty much everything. I think we're all up to date. Oh! Gant. There's this new sexy single in your area. And his name is Gant. And he's scary. But like fun. But scary. Yeah. Are we ever not waiting for Edgeworth to show up? True. I was wondering if we could talk to you. Sorry, Bambina. But I'm off to roam the lands like a tumbleweed on the wide prairie. Oh, we need to show him a steak to make him like us. He's hungry. What was that all about? I think he was just too hungry to talk. Well, cowboy, I got a treat just for you. Here it is. That smell reminds me of Texas. So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas? No, I just saw a special on television the other day. Is this from my baby? Yeah, Miss Starr. What's this? What? What's wrong? A filet steak lunch. I see, I see. I don't see. I wonder what it means. Steak lunch. Alright, Bambina, you win. Ask anything. Westaboo. Westaboo. Thank you so much.
Marshall plays Scrandle.
I feel like he would eat everything. Like, he would actually have the toughest time playing Scrandle because he would be like, my God. Now that looks like it would give me severe heart problems and I would eat it up in 2 seconds. Thank you so much, Artisian, for the 53 months. Welcome back. Thank you. Yeehaw boo! That's good. I like that. Finally, it seems like he's willing to talk. Okay. Officer Marshall, you're in charge of security for the evidence room, right? You got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job and I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Meekins at the detention center told us.
Morning Hannah. How's the asexual attorney? Pretty sure Wesabu is a thing BTW. Hope everyone here is doing well today.
Oh good. Oh good. I'm glad it's a thing. Thank you so much, Durka. Welcome back to 31 months. Thank you. This literally feels like if Disco Elysium gave you a cowboy cop option. Actually, Officer Meekins at the detention center told us. Ah, that poor little doggy. Poor guy, I keep getting his name wrong and calling him Meekly. He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station. Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this, but since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago... 2 years ago? Well, it might not look it, but I lost my fire for the job, you know? So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place? Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steed, Zippy. Zippy? No, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy. There's no need for people here anyhow. These newfangled machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye on the place. You mean the security camera system? I don't take the machines much. Kinda like that stewed broccoli they sneak in next to your steak, you know? Sure. Miss Dawn told us something. She said that you were a detective until 2 years ago. 2 years ago. It was always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the scene of the crime. Can you tell me what in my message triggered automod? I absolutely can. So you said the term looking women, which was flagged for misogyny. Please do not looking women. Never comment on women. Do not look. Look a woman just got flagged. I guess. Cool. I will never looking women again. You got auto-modded again. The mods are dying. The mods are drowning, please. In my peripheral vision, all I see is like red, 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 red. So, Downpour just added the permitted term looking women, and then immediately like 3 people go, look, women, and it flags all of those instead. Wow, that was very good. Good job. Menaces. That's all gone now, like a drinking hole in a prairie fire. You're still investigating the SL9 incident with Miss Starr, aren't you? That was my case. It's all solved on the record books, but it smells like a bad game of poker. I can't let it go. I can't let it go. That's all there is to it. What kind of case was it anyway? We've heard the name so many times, but no one tells us what actually happened. Look, points at Hannah. Don't look at women. Huh? There are some things you're better off not knowing, Bambino. Hannah, I can't believe you've cultivated such a misogynistic community. Me too. I can't believe it either. Anyway, that case is officially dead as of 2 days ago. 2 days ago? Wait, 2 days? The day of our case? That's right. The evidence transferals. Edgeworth was talking about the transferals too. I know what maybe 2 of the machines in here do. Only 2 of them? There must be a dozen! It's 2 days ago and got them all. Michigan report from hell did this. True. Like I said, Bambina, me and machines, well, I like them about as much as I like stewed cauliflower with my steaks. The easiest ones to understand are these here security cameras. Those are the ones that Officer Meekins mentioned. If nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased every few hours. That seems like bad. It's not very long at all. And Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman, are they on one of those tapes? I reckon they might be. You're the security guard and you reckon. One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card. Thus the card reader by the door. The card reader leaves a record of every ID card that passes through. Okay. 77777. So this is the ID card record. Who the heck has this as their ID? This is like a dream ID. Well, maybe not. Hey, I've seen that somewhere before. Sorry, Bambina. I can't show you more than that. Huh? Sephiroth. 7 seconds. 7 seconds. I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet. Mr. Wright, I saw a number on that record just now. I've seen that number before. Maybe there's some way I can prove that record is tied to the stabbing. Sorry, but could you explain what this whole transferal thing is about? Hi, LB. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We keep only evidence from solved cases in this room. They're kept here under the presiding detective's supervision for 2 years. So we can reinvestigate them if it turns out there was a mistake, see? So what happens to the evidence after 2 years? It goes to sleep forever in the underground vault of the county sheriff's department. That's what we call transferal. We do it every February. I see now. Transferal is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case is solved, it's closed forever. Dead. Never to be reopened again. Never to be reinvestigated. And that happened to SL9 2 days ago. Okay. See this? This is the victim's ID card. Ah, the one that was on the ground in the parking lot. The number on this is 5842-189. Officer Marshall, show us that ID card record again. Oh, but 2 went in at 514. Wait, did this one go in twice? Look, the 4th number. It's a perfect match. It was used at 514, right before the stabbing. What's more, there's only one of them cards in the world. So when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room. But wait, what did Officer Meekins say?
Sir!
No, that's not right.
Monaco, that body has been discovered. I'm sorry, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID card.
So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do?
That's the thing! Suddenly he pointed a knife at me!
If he had his ID card then, why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekins? Alright, compadre, you win. I guess I can give you this ID card record. Thank you. We have so much evidence. I've got an idea. Maybe I should show this list to other people with IDs here. Is Gumshoe gonna be 77777? Honey, Funny. Could you take a look at this? Meekin's voice or when the channel is at its end. When we can just cause the worst noises possible. This is the ID card record of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing. Oh, I heard the rumors. So it was Goodman who came in here at the time of the murder. What is it? The second number. It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe? Mr. Edgeworth. Wait, so he can't remember his own number, but he remembers Edgeworth? Wait, does Edgeworth even have a number? What does this mean? Hold on, I need to slow down. What? The second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth. He died. He can't remember his own number, but he remembers Edgeworth's. Okay. Okay. Uh-huh. What? What? Why would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room? In Hannah Canon, does this game also take place in Britain, or is Gumshoe just an English detective who transferred to LA? No, he's American. Like, he's in LA. That's just an LA accent. Oh, I didn't mean to present it again. Oops. I wanted to look at it. Oh, it updates. Nice. Okay. Noted Valley Girl, louiseyhannah. Yep. It's true. Can't men just be friends? Can't men just be guys together? Guys is just a number. Guys, it's... Why do you have to make them all gay? What's up with that? Okay. Thank you, Gumshoe. That was helpful. Love you. So can I present this to you? Do you have a number? I assume not, but... Men have been friends for centuries. It's time for them to start making out. A modern visionary. The sheriff's back in the Wild West didn't place much faith in evidence. Hannah is gay. Sure. About the only thing they trusted was their shoe in the hand. This is neither Wild nor West. Yeah, but that and this are two entirely different things. Wait, Cocky, watch out! Don't be looking too much. Thank you for the drink. I guess so? Huh? I'm lost. Looks like we need some evidence to get anywhere with this guy. Okay, do we have to show him everything again? Probably. Like this? Great. Pass. Yeah, this game takes place in Japanifornia. It's a mixture of places. I don't know if he wants to see any of my evidence. It's in Japan in the original, but localized to California, the English translation, so fans call it Japanifornia because they couldn't completely erase the Japanese cultural references. In the, like, Japanese edition of this game, is this still, like, Texas and it's still themed that way? I assume so, but I'm curious. I believe so? Okay. I adore the unique little setting, the English dub of Ace Attorney exists in because of localizers stubbornly refusing to make it track. It really was, like, I don't know when this game came out or if it was in that time period, but there really just was that time where, like, in cartoons and everything, it was like, God, the children cannot learn what onigiri is. They're gonna lose their minds. Jelly donuts for one and all. We simply cannot force the children to learn anything else. They're not gonna understand. Children cannot comprehend Japan. They'll never get it. They'll never get it. If this came out in the US maybe 5-7 years later, they wouldn't have changed it. That's interesting. That's interesting. If they could have gotten away with it, they'd have called the setting of Naruto America too. Well, they've got they're like leaders of Konoha, like in the rock and everything. They they could have done it. They could have really made it work. The English mind cannot fathom the rice ball. It's true. It's true. When I found out that in Yu-Gi-Oh! There were actual guns, I literally fainted as a 20-something-year-old woman. As a child, I think I would have just passed away. Okay, he didn't want any evidence at all. Perfect. Let's go to... Let's ask Gant, maybe. Are you still... Oh, he's left. Okay, never mind then. Naruto's favorite food, mac and cheese soup. Mmm, yummy.
Delicious.
Next you're gonna tell me those men with lollipops in their mouths are actually smoking. I am gonna need you to sit down. I'm imagining in One Piece the character Smoker. Wait, did they censor him? Or did he come in late enough that they didn't have to censor him? His name is literally Smoker. They removed the cigars? Are you kidding? But isn't his power like using... What? Huh? He like has two... What? What? His power is that he's really hot, true though. Like... Do they keep the smoke? I need to see Smoker. He's just constantly farting. Children are allowed to know what farts are. Smoker, One Piece censorship. Was he censored? I need to know. He literally is just emitting smoke out of his mouth. Like literally they've just overlaid the cigars with smoke. Like he has 2 cigars in his mouth and it's just smoke. That's incredible. He's a dragon. There is literally a character called Dragon in One Piece. Wow, the way they're like poor One Piece kids are like connecting the dots and they're like, wait, this is a theory. This means something. His talent is dragon, just like Fire Emblem Faith. Wow. Officer Meekins, could you take a look at this?
I'm sorry, sir. Really sorry, but I have no idea what that is. Maybe you should ask Mr. Edgewell, sir.
He's passing them by. Okay, well... If I have to go see Edgeworth, I guess I will. twist my arm. Oh wait, I don't. I need to go this way. Is he here? Final. Oh my god. That was terrifying. Okay, well, Edgeworth isn't here. What about here? Can we give it to you? Yes? You said you wanted some hot tea. I don't know who- what's- Oh, we're stuck again. We've lost Edgeworth. I have no clue where to go. I'm scrolling through examples of One Piece censorship, and one is just Kid Nami holding a book that says navigation on it, and in the 4Kids version they removed that text. The kids cannot learn how to navigate. They're gonna lose their minds. They won't know what to do. Yeah, you think you want to show this thing off more than that giant steel samurai. Then again, Edgeworth has always been like that. Really? Tell me what he was like as a kid. Back in elementary school, he won awards for all kinds of things. Speech contests, essays, playing the flute, golf tournaments. That doesn't exactly sound like typical elementary school stuff. But he always hated receiving awards. He'd make some smart remark like, cute. I know the path I've walked. No one else needs to tell me. That's how he's always been. Kind of gets under your skin, doesn't it? Sofas like this make me want to curl up and take a nap. I bet he poor, and then he has bad head. Down, 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 down. I love all of Phoenix's flashbacks to random people. Okay, we did all this. Edgeworth doesn't like heights. I think that's it. I'm so lost. Whoa! What have you? Okay. Now you must do this 5 more times for him to appear. You have to say his name in a darkened room into the mirror. The blue badger is still writhing around today. Oh. The blue badger is necessary to continue the story. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt and say he's dancing. Can I take out his batteries? I just can't help but feel he's gonna do something naughty. What would he do? He's just having a little dance. The usual wanted posters are hanging up on the bulletin board here. Do you know this face of you do called 911? You know, Mr. Wright, I always thought it was kind of funny. I've never seen anyone who looked like the people. Look, that patrolman is saluting that other guy. He must be a detective. Answer me. How many fingers did you see? I'm sorry, I don't know. Well, that's 20 for the left, but nowhere near that for the right. Get glasses, officer. That wasn't a salute, it was an eye test. They make a good pair. Hmm. Do you want to just like talk? Yeah, like what to do, girl? Like what should we what should we be doing? Whoa, look at that little badger go. There you go. Where should we begin? Isn't it obvious? You should begin with that, you know, that thing. The mystery of the victim, I guess. How could one man, Detective Goodman, be killed in two places simultaneously? Oh, well, you see. We should go to the police department. No, you're being very, helpful. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. What with all those rumors? You were even in the defendant's chair there just this past December. There was that business with him not reading that officer's report. About that killing at the police department, right? Oh, what a cutie patootie. He seems... well... I can't help but think someone at the police department doesn't like Edgeworth. Little guy. Okay, well that was unhelpful. Does Gumshoe have anything else to say? Oh, maybe we can talk to him about more stuff now that we've shown him the Edgeworth thing? Maybe? Hi, honey. Oh. Well, I guess we can present everything to him, but I feel like we did that last week. Maybe we just go tell Lana we tried our best and Phoenix can return to his missing Maya MP. Yeah. I gave it my best shot. I won't be in court tomorrow. Good luck. Have fun. Sorry. You can't open the lockers if your fingerprint doesn't match. If you can open it, they'll give you 50 cents. Yeah, we did that. Yeah, we've done this. I don't know! Would you like some direction? I mean, if you have, you know, a place to go, Soda, I mean, I wouldn't say no. Yeah, that would be fine. If Phoenix and Edgeworth are low right now, the only other prosecutor we know of is Payne, and that should be an easy one. Sure. Using the luminals from everything in the room. Oh, we missed something. Okay. Cool. Um... Yay! Thank you, Sota. I don't think I would have ever got there. I did think like a few minutes ago, I was like, maybe I need to spray something else, but I couldn't even think of what because I thought I'd done this room, so. Saved. Why am I getting a reaction here? There's no reason for the murderer to touch this spot if he fled out the door. This just might be something significant. Hey, that's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal. What this? It's called luminal testing fluid. Where'd you get your hands on that? Huh? Huh? I'd like to get some too. I just borrowed $50 from the chief. Oh my gosh. We were talking about it last week. The handprints on the wall in louiseyhannah is like an all-timer moment for me in any game ever. And they're like, I don't know why he was putting his mouth around the pipe. Oh. Oh. Incredible. I always buy it by mail order. Well, I better jot this down on the floor plans. Hey, pal. Look at the time. Oh my god, he's about to say you can go do something else. Was there something you needed to be going to? It's just that Mr. Edgeworth's in great should be left outside. I'm gonna give them my report for the day. Is that your report? It might help, you know. Report? You mean the note written on the back of that flyer? The one that says nothing but no problems. Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure he can use a report like this. I believe in him. Who needs enemies when you've got friends like Detective Gumshoe? Aww. I think. I'm off, pal. Later. Tee-hee. I should probably see what Edgeworth has to say. Hey! How you doing, Edward? I came here. Honestly, I wasn't even in a rush. I was kind of calm and slow and restrained is the word. Oh my goodness, who are you? Oh, wait, is this the guy from like case 2? Wait. Wasn't it a hotel? I don't know. My guess, my apologies. Yes? I do remember things. Not to brag, but I know things. Oh, it's you. Have we met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave. So long. What were you doing with other men, Edgeworth? I'm not, like, upset. I know we're not exclusive, but... Is Edgeworth here? There, standing by the window, a teacup in his hand. Oh, he's angsting. Oh no. Oh no. What? Right. He has the hotel bring him tea service. I think you have too much money, Edgeworth. To be honest. Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry? I am. By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you. So many men looking for you, Edgeworth. How does that make you feel? Yes. He brought me the latest information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me somehow. The real info is on the other side, Edgeworth. Not jealous or anything, but he's not inviting you anywhere. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him. Not the growl. It's that expression. When he's doing his smug little like... I feel like he naturally would just growl. I can't lie. So, how did it go? Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation. Concealing evidence? Yes. Apparently there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. See, like, this face is so like... Wow. You were lucky this time. Again. Again. I've heard them say that so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago. 2 years ago? Are you okay for the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney. However, something happened. They gave control of the investigation over to the police department. The police department? Yes. Any further investigation for this case will be directed by the Chief of Police Gant. I could do nothing but wait for his results. Far be it from me to accuse the police of corruption. Or, you know, lying, or trying to make sure that they get away with something, or say that the police are, like, doing just fine, etc., etc. But having the witness, Gan, who, you know, screams, you know, suspicious, suddenly being the leader on the whole thing and the one giving evidence to the prosecution seems problematic to me. Hi Chris, how you doing? Stoic, oh my god. Why, I ask you, why? All along I've done what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still. Wow, I've never seen him this out of sorts. Thank you for the streak! 105 streams, thank you. So hey, I've got a question. Why were you in the evidence room? What were you doing? Oh, right! I better check this now. As I was saying, What's this? A record of ID card usage? Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Yes, that's true. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go. Huh, that's so weird. By Chief Gant, no less. I think they were trying to frame Edgeworth. I really do. Because, like, so Lana doesn't vibe with Edgeworth and creates these rumors about him. Clearly, Gant has some issue with him. I think they were trying, because they were putting the body in his car. They were putting evidence in his muffler thingy. The muffler in the muffler, I think. I think they were trying to frame Edgeworth and get him out of there. So they gave him this award to get him in a location, and he said it had to be like an all-day thing, and he was like annoyed about it. So they had control over his movements the whole time. People having issues with Edgeworth? Said ain't so. Unbelievable. But he's so friendly. He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. But it was solved, right? It would have to be if the evidence was already filed. The chief is never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Can I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the It really has nothing to do with the current case. I believe you when you look like that. Now I'm curious about this other case. I better make a note of it. Screwdriver. Stubborn as always. I told you this has nothing to do with the current case. Yeah, I'm sure, honey. Right! Please, I'm the prosecutor on this case. You don't expect me to sit here and discuss the case with you over a cup of tea. I'll pass on the tea. Just tell me about the case.
Mr. Wright, Mr. Edgeworth has told you no in a very polite manner.
Kitten, I just told you no. Whose side are you on anyway? Maybe if I just show him my best evidence, I can get some reaction out of him. I'm gonna write a fan fiction where Phoenix shows Edgeworth his best evidence to get a reaction out of him. Why don't you like talking to me? Want to see my best evidence? E rating on AO3. E for evidence, obviously. You said new things and I was clicking too far. Ah, no, honey, don't think back to that. I'm not with you. I need to start this again. Say that again, honey. I know you. You've probably got a hold of some information already, right? It all has to do with that case you were on, the SL9 incident. And some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in. You were the man who revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. You must be talking about his father's murder in that elevator. Okay, Edgeworth, why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. Oh wait, did that do it? Oh my god, cute. It was like, God, I just have to remember how much I like you. And then I'm in. The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the deputy chief of police at the time. Gant? No. Goodman? No. Gant! Damon Gant. That wacky old... What? That felt out of nowhere, Phoenix, but okay. Was involved in the case 2 years ago. 2 years ago? He was a top officer, and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous. I don't know why that really gave me... This isn't really spoilers for anything. But in Infinite Wealth, when Kiryu just randomly goes like, oh, that bastard, and you're like... You were so like fine about him for like years, and suddenly you're like, oh, I hate that guy. I'm like, what? Okay. Man, sorry. Jeez. Wow, you get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth? What I want to know is why was a deputy chief of police on the investigation? In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. He has to make sure it's true. It's true. He's always been a saint. You know it. So, sorry, used more extreme methods, okay. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict and the killer was executed. Okay. Wait, you didn't? Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something. My sister? What? If you were still studying forensic science. Huh? Yes, of course. Why, just today Mr. Wright and I were using this. Luminol testing fluid, Well then, you might. This sprite just is so funny every time. Well then, you might have use for this. Fingerprint dusting. I know, I'm quite a fan of it myself. Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints. It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. For me? Are you sure? We are the enemy, you know. I have no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Edgeworth, I'm really... No need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved. Thanks. How about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well? He doesn't want to. He wants to give them to you, Phoenix. Understand what's going on here. Please.
Well, let's get going. One last investigation.
Right. I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. Yeah. Somewhere. Can we get your fingerprints? Whoa. I just thought about another prosecutor doing something nice to the defense. It hits. It really hits. It's very fun when the walls crumble a little bit. Where's everyone gone? Why are they all hiding? Our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint.
Here, in this blood on the detective's evidence locker.
Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed.
Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger.
A finger?
Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So let's choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print.
I really can't tell the difference at a glance. Really? You can't? Oh, do you mean in the fingerprints? What do you... Okay.
Quit procrastinating and choose a finger!
I'll go for this one.
Okay, now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done.
Emma's starting to get that sparkle in her eyes. Aww.
First, we sprinkle the aluminum powder around.
Huh? How do you do that?
With enter. See?
Ah, it looks like that did the trick.
The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess.
Huh? How do I do that? Blow into the microphone, obviously. Duh. I mean, with E. I can't believe blowing into the microphone was used for such greatness as blowing away fingerprinting powder and blowing on Fire Emblem Fates characters. It was the greatest console ever made. Maybe? Probably.
Imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. See?
Wow, that looks like fun. It might take some getting used to though.
It's fine. It won't go up your nose or anything. You just pour the powder on thick and blow away the extra.
Those are the basics of fingerprinting, Mr. Wright. I guess I better give it a try. Dust, 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 dust. Okay, perfect. And now I just need to blow. Perfect.
You did it! You found one!
But this looks nothing like a fingerprint. Gloves.
Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't.
What does it mean?
I think it means we're out of luck.
Out of luck?
The person who left this handprint must have worn gloves.
Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here.
Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations.
But it does seem a shame.
While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints?
Other prints?
Looking at the locker door again closely, it seems like there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well.
Fingerprints outside the blood. Edgeworth, I may need another set of fingerprint powder.
I seem to have used mine.
Wow, would you look at that? Oh, I've just ruined it. Frick. Okay, let's do it again. I don't think we did it good enough.
Yay! A print so clear it's dazzling.
Dazzling.
Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find.
Let's smash it up right away. So we're not done yet. This is quite a process.
Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right?
I was reading or listening to something like 2 weeks ago that was saying about how fingerprinting is becoming less scientifically plausible because we can't be certain enough that fingerprints are unique. This is fun. I guess she's right. Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth. And point out the person you think left these prints. Huh? How am I supposed to know who it was?
I could make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case.
A ton of forensics is basically considered pseudoscience now. It's so fascinating. Like, exactly what Lemon Wedgeworth says of like, I don't know, not to get too like,
I love the Great Ace Attorney.
But like, I love how the Great Ace Attorney has such a beautiful point, especially in Great Ace Attorney 2, about how like science has, like a lot of our science has been born on like these horrible things, and like for a long time we can think that that's what the truth is, and then as we get further along we find out different things, and I just like, it's so cool to see science growing and changing. And what, I don't know why that I have to bring the Great Ace Attorney up, but it's one of my favorite things about the Great Ace Attorney. But in real life, just how the science changes and grows, and like how fingerprints used to be like, wow, we've done it, we figured out this huge thing, and now it's like, oh, maybe it wasn't quite as good as we thought.
I think it's cool.
Anyway, never take a lie detector test. If the police say you can do one, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
So, whose fingerprints would we most likely find on this evidence locker?
What? Oh, whoa, this is cool. Wow! Oh my god. So true, Mike, so true. Let's pretend we don't see that for just 1 second. Can we accuse? I want to be like, it's Emma's, and her to be like, No, I didn't commit a crime. Okay, fine. Ah, no. Come on, how am I supposed to guess? Isn't it obvious? Something wrong. I was just thinking. If you're so sure who it is, why don't you match the fingerprints? Mr. Wright, I was doing this for your benefit so you'd learn. Fine, fine. Let me think. I'm at a constant level of anxiety and have a rapid heartbeat. A lie detector test would go fine, surely. Yeah. Real. I don't know why I bring up Great Ace Attorney up. Hannah, you don't need a reason. Great Ace Attorney just enhances any conversation. True. True. It's the greatest game ever. Maybe. In my opinion. If I recall, it was also determined that fingerprint tampering is extremely easy. Doing enough manual labor involving the rubbing of fingers can change the shape of a print, counter to the belief that prints are completely unmalleable. Yeah, it's so interesting. Aside from it being peak, so it's always relevant. Great Ace Attorney is your main exposure to Ace Attorney. That's very true. That's very true. Great Ace Attorney, especially 2, is so emotional. I cried at both games because I was just like, wow, I love them. My grandfather has no prints from working with cement powder. Wow. Whoa, does it have like a grit that would just like wear down your fingerprints? Hey Gumshoe, bad news. Aha! So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You gave me this so what look. I guess that's probably because I was thinking, so what? Okay, so we came up with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. You gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright. Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one other handprint in this room. Let's check it out. Exactly, after a few decades, your prints seem not to grow back. Whoa. Wow, that's cool. Oh, slime. This is where we got the luminal reaction, right? Right, there was a handprint here. Okay, want to try using this? There go her eyes sparkling, Gaga. I love Emma. She's cool, man. She might be my 3rd favorite assistant. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, but I have something to warn you about something first. What? The area with the blood was wiped away, right? We only ended up finding it using chemical means. Any prints in that area will have been wiped away too. Oh. So that means no prints. Would you say the probability of your hypothesis is high? I don't think he knows what a hypothesis is. She's so precious. She's a little gremlin. I love the gremlin. I love her like erratic energy. She's great. 3 of 3? No, my favorite is Susto and Iris. And then Emma, and then Mia, and then Maya, I think. I don't really know how technical assistants are. But those are the people who I would consider assistants, I guess, at some point, in some way. Susto is 100% number 1. Susto is arguably my favorite character in Great Ace Attorney. I love Susato so much. I adore her. The Maya hate. We gotta. We gotta. Not pancakes, waffles this. I didn't know Iris was around that much. Oh, she's the best. I love Iris. I hope you enjoy her. Yeah, unfortunately I just remember Maya the least. Like, I liked her, she's cool. I just don't really remember her as well. And I like Emma's gremlin energy, and I was very attached to Mia. So that's just how it kind of shapes out. Does Harlock count? I don't think he's an assistant. I think he's a hindrance. If you're counting Mia, where does Kazuma count? Oh, Susta, Kazuma, Iris. Also, just be careful about Great Ace Attorney spoilers, because Kat is playing it for the first time and I don't want Kat to be spoiled, so watch out. Be careful. Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away. I don't know, I'm so scared. We won't do it. No one do spoilers. Prints other than the ones left by the bloody hand. Could it be left on this fabric? Oh, okay. Oh, I guess not. I'll hide if you want to talk. Nah. Who would want to talk about Great Ace Attorney? Nah, don't worry. There's no spoilers to be said. You're good. What's happening? Ah! I'm confused. Ah, okay. Great Ace Attorney 2 totally isn't my favorite. Great Ace Attorney 2 definitely isn't my favorite thing ever. Imagine liking Great Ace Attorney 2. Oh. I gave it my best shot. That kind of result won't be any good for matching prints, will it? But it doesn't look like we'll get a clearer result from this print. Okay, let's try a different finger then. Aha! Oh, they're not happy though. Well, that would make sense. I don't... Well, no, maybe not the blood. Well, Cowboy, what have you been up to? Because I'm a little worried. hey, these fingerprints, they...
Whose are they? Whose? Is it somebody know?
It's Officer Marshall.
Huh? Officer Jake Marshall?
That's gotta be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime. Emma, this is decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. The luminol reaction, the blood and the fingerprints are in the same place.
Oh. Oh!
So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints. Oh, if only he wasn't so cool and he didn't wear fingerless gloves. He could have got away with it. It's messed up, man. It's messed up.
But why would Officer Marshall?
It looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess this is what you'd call decisive evidence.
I don't believe it.
Oh dear. Oh my gosh, stay safe with the tornadoes. What the heck? Good luck. I hope it all goes well. I rewatch Great Ace Attorney a lot and still get jump scared by Hannah reaction. Yeah, that's fair. Me too, probably. I feel normal about them.
So, what do you think, Mr. Wright?
I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. After all, hello. The victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time. And a different suspect was arrested at each of the crime scenes.
Lana!
Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed. I hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning. We just finished. What? Okay. I'm used to all-nighters though.
So how'd it go?
It's as Mr. Wright suspects. The police are clueless. I figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain.
No!
A plea bargain? What do you mean by that? We agreed that if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, they wouldn't seek capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma. Oh my god, my brain was reading that as Nintendogs, like Nintendogs. But that makes more sense now. So, Nintendogs truthers. Am I gonna be able to do that? Oh, what? Yeah. Sorry, I'm bad. There we go. When are we playing Nintendogs? Good question. One day, many years from now, but still before an Ace Attorney 7 announcement, we will hopefully have Hannah reactions to all things Ace Attorney. Brutal. Brutal. If Nintendo was cool, the Switch 2, it would have been dual screen. I really, I don't know why I really had hoped that the Switch 2 would be dual screen. I just think it has such cool opportunities for games in such a unique way that nothing else can do. There was this gaming, I really want to play it actually. There's this puzzle game which was originally made for the DS and it had such cool stuff such as you would have to perfectly fold the DS so that you could mirror the reflections and line stuff up, and that would be how you would solve puzzles and stuff. You would really be doing different things. And 999 is so perfect on the DS, it encourages such crazy good storytelling that uses the medium in such a epic way. Hotel Dusk has been on the list for a long time.
But Lana, don't tell me you...
Much to my regret. I'm as much in the dark about this as they are. Sadly, I will not be able to play it. Well, if I stream it, I won't be able to play it as a physical object. Sky. Yeah, that's true too, because it folded in on itself. It was so nice to take outside, because it felt so, like, sturdy. You could just kind of chuck it in your bag or something. And you'd have faith in the little guy. We found trace evidence of a certain person in the police department's evidence room. They belong to Officer Jake Marshall. What kind of trace evidence? Blood-stained fingerprints, to be exact. That's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. You do understand what this means, don't you?
In order to defend my sister, we're gonna have to accuse Mr. Marshall.
We have to play the cards we're dealt. Isn't that right, Miss Guy? Do what you have to do, Miss Wright. Chirurgaki. Just the snap of hiding the bright light that our parents, like, definitely never saw. Never. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is... I'm afraid I'll have to clarify. It takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department from the prosecutor's office. Yet the victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both places at the same time. But that's not physically possible, is it? What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared.
Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car.
Wow, this is one messed up trial.
Thank you so much, Romeo.
How you doing? One of my duties as prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today I'll present evidence relating to the murder at the police department. In so doing, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself.
Now that's what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things, even though he doesn't know what's going on himself.
And that's supposed to be an admirable trait. Yes. Very well, let the trial resume. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness of the day to the stand. For its first witness, the prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department. The suspect? You mean the so-called murderer? I'm not sure what the Edgeworth on top count is on A3. Hello. Will the witness please state his name and occupation?
Yes, sir. I'm Officer Mike Meakin, sir. My occupation is, that would be murderer, sir.
Okay, from the top. Let's go again. Oh, so you're telling us you're a professional killer?
Sir, it was me, sir. I was the one who did it. I'll never kill anyone again, sir. You've got to believe me, sir.
Actually, what we'd like to hear from you is...
Sir, I'm what you would call part of the younger generation, sir. A person whose actions is I can't possibly comprehend.
It's very good. It's very good. Sorry, one second. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me, sir. Officer Meekins.
Yes, sir.
Give us your report of the crime. Consider that an order.
Yes, sir. As you wish. After all, I am part of a generation that must be told what to do, sir.
You can't fault him for a lack of enthusiasm.
Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life. Then I did it. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake.
So the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you.
Do unto others before they do unto you. That's the Meekins family motto, sir.
I see. And you fainted and a colleague helped you regain consciousness?
Yes, sir. He knocked me upside the head, sir.
Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. What I need here is more info to work with.
Well, I like him. I think he doesn't need to say anything else. He's perfect, just like the way he is. Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to my god.
Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not?
Yes, sir! I'm in charge of hiring new recruits, sir.
Yikes. Now there's a scary thought. Evidence transferal was taking place on the day of the crime. Which means many officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed.
I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger, sir.
What? Thank you for the follow. The Blue Badger?
Yes, sir. The lovely police mascot created by the Chief of Detectives, sir.
No, I recall it.
I was to ensure it wasn't broken during the transferal process.
They were gonna transfer the Blue Badger? Oh wait, no, maybe they like knocked it during the...
That was my sole mission for the day, sir.
I see. Sounds like a very important mission.
After the award ceremony finished that day, there were so many people running around that I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room.
Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room. Tell us, what did you see when you got there?
I spotted a suspicious man. I went too far.
You're being reassigned, Blue Badger, and in your gun, and your badge. In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card, am I correct?
Precisely, sir. I have one here around my neck.
So then, your ID number should be listed on here, right? What's your number?
There it is, I found it! This is the one right here.
Could you please read us that number?
Yes, sir. It's 49895696. That's my number, sir.
I see. Wait, huh? But the number 4989596 is shown as being used twice. Please explain, witness.
It's no real mystery, sir. The first time is when I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. And the second time is when I went to go get him after everything settled down.
I see. So it was during that second time when...
Yes, sir. That's when I spotted the man on the security screen.
Okay. Okay.
I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir.
So you were attacked. Can you please tell us exactly what happened to you?
It was a knife, sir. A knife.
Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you. What happened then?
Well, with me charging in on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was.
You aren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into. What does that mean?
That's when I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus, struggling to detain him. That's how I got this gash on my hand.
Maybe if you just kept your cool, your hand wouldn't be...
When I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar. I fought for my life. Then I did it.
Thank you so much, Landry. Thank you for the 45 months. Welcome back. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What exactly do you mean when you say you did it?
I know I don't look the type, but I'm really into kung fu films, sir. The man let his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched his knife from him.
You took his knife?
I spun him around and performed a disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes like a man.
I see. He must have been desperate.
The next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of my blood, and then the next thing I knew...
Yes?
He punched me right in the face.
Oh.
After that, I passed out.
I like Meekins a lot too. The megaphone is painful, but everything else that he's got going on is very delightful, and I enjoy his vibe immensely.
About what time?
About what time did you regain consciousness?
No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that? I was unconscious.
Oh, right. According to the report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30.
He hit me right in the head too. I woke up crying tears of pain.
That's nice. I mean, it's nice that you recovered, that is.
When I came around though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir.
Your mission?
Yes, sir, the Blue Badger, sir. I returned him to the entrance before things got out of hand.
Well, we can all rest easy now. We can. The Blue Badger is very important. Thank you very much, Phoenix. I believe we now have a fairly accurate picture of what happened. Yes, Your Honor. Only one thing remains unclear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim? He's got a point. Yes, Officer Meekins?
With regard to that, sir, take a look at this. He was sent to my jail cell.
What?
Chief Gant delivered it to me just this morning, sir.
What? The chief delivered it? What is that? A videotape?
Yes, sir, that's absolutely right, sir. A videotape, sir. It contains footage from the security camera in the evidence room.
Objection!
What? But I specifically asked if there was such a tape and was told it had been mistakenly erased. That's quite a mistake.
I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at.
Looks like communication with the police department is as good as ever. Well then, let's have a look. Show us the video of you murdering the victim.
Oh, please stop using that word murderer, sir. It scares me.
A video of a real murder? Just what are we getting ourselves into? Wow, okay. This is a lot. Oh, hello. Oh my goodness, the models. Oh, the Blue Badger, you've done it again. I don't know what you've ever done, but I think this is perfect. I love it. I love it. Oh my god. absolutely incredible. Well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. How can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred within us? What the hell was that wriggling piece of plywood?
Sir, that is the pride and joy of the entire Criminal Affairs Department, sir. It's the Blue Badger, sir.
Why am I not surprised this isn't going smoothly? Yes, well, anyway. This tape seems to prove that the witness did indeed encounter, someone in the evidence room and some sort of, activity. Your Honor. Instead of relying on clearly incomplete footage, the witness's testimony will suffice. Is that all right with you, Officer Meekins?
Yes, sir, as you wish, sir.
What do you mean? I can't think of this case without that video anymore. It's changed everything. I think the Blue Badger is the murderer. That was such a good line. The unsettling feeling we all have stirred within us is very good. Okay, I said it earlier. I think I have to go on a little bit of a break to call my family for a second. So I will leave you with this music. Hopefully I shouldn't be too long. Apologies. But I'll see you in a flash. Hopefully. Be right back.
Hold IT.
Hello. I'm back, baby. Thank you for the welcome back. Sorry for the break. Thank you so much, Gorbsby, for the 31 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Thank you, thank you. What are we doing? What are we up to? Hi Hispanic, how's it going? Welcome back also, thank you. Okay. Oh my god. I forgot we just saw that amazing video. Wow. Wow, how do we move past that? Okay. Okay.
His face can't be clearly seen in the video, but there's no question.
Did you tell your family about our go? I don't think I would have been able to make them understand, sadly, but I should have tried. My dad did ask, he said, wait, you're streaming now? What time is it? And I went, 3:15 or whatever I said. And he went, aren't people at work? And I went, oh dad. Oh father of mine. People are at work. He went, what? Oh dear. Well, yes, they are indeed. Hi ho, how's it going? I love Meekins. He's the greatest. I'm not, it's 9 PM. Yes, that's true. That's true. You would never work, stream. What? You would never stream during work? You would never work during stream? You would never watch stream during work? Surely. Surely. Never. I'm able to watch Hannah and do air traffic control at the same time. Oh!
But there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened the locker which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do so. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it.
Don't fly on stream days. What's this about a fingerprint? Each detective has been given a locker equipped with a fingerprint activated lock. These locks ensure that each locker can only be opened by the detective it belongs to. I'm able to watch Hannah and read Yowie at the same time. That is tough. That's incredible to me. Intriguing, that would mean the victim at the crime scene would have been Detective Goodman. Read Yowie and watch Yowie, yeah. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. I don't know where this cross-examination will lead, but everything begins with contradictions. That's where I have to start. Yeah, okay. Let's see. His face can't be clearly seen in the video, but there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman. I mean, he opened the locker, which required the fingerprint to do so. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. Oh, okay. Final destination, where the main character avoids their death by seeing Hannah does an unplanned surprise stream and gets off the plane. Sitting at the front of the plane, hearing an air traffic controller blare through the pilot's speakers, Weskathon is a go. Weskathon is a go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, maybe the light is on. Hold on. Let's check the video one more time. The light is already on. Lol, 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 someone clipped that. Flies into mountain. It doesn't play the music, I know. That's not okay. That's not right. Yeah, the light's already on. Oh, and the glove falls. I didn't catch that the first time. I don't know which one it contradicts though. He opened the locker, which required his fingerprint to do so. The locker he opened was 100% his, so it must have been him. But the light is already on in the video. Excuse me, in the video. Only the assigned detective's print can unlock it. Indicator lamp lights up when it's open. So it was already open. Also, what do I present? The video? Or the thing saying you need that's how the lockers work? I don't know. Let's go with the locker. Let's do something else. Anyway, regarding the video contained on this tape, there is one thing in particular that seems rather strange. This contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may not have been Detective Goodman. What? This video contains such a contradiction? Interesting. Ugh. Ugh. Ugh, I love him. Your Honor, I have a proposal. Right here, right now? No. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I propose we have the defense point out to us this alleged contradiction in the video. He would want me to point it out. Okay. Alright. The plane crash survivors leave a SOS sign for the other planes flying overhead. Rescue arrives and the survivors are like, no, SOS stands for Save Our Stream, so we can upload the VOD to YouTube. Please. We can't miss a VOD. I will now play the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us this contradiction you speak of. I have to point out a problem in the video. This is the first time I've ever had to do that. You can do it, Mr. Wright. It's set up so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause the video. Just take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing. Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching this video. How did this guy ever become a police officer? Now then, Mr. Wright, please enlighten us. Where is this? Oh, okay, fine. How do I pause? The thing that's strange about this video has got to be this.
Ooh, boy.
Thanks to the Blue Badger, I am saddled with the necessary feeling.
Thank you so much for the 100 bits, animator. I feel like that's what the judge said too. He was like, I know we all feel very differently having now watched this video. They've all got unnecessary feelings within us. Thank you so much for the 100 bits. Officer Meekins.
Sir, do you mean me, sir?
As I understand it, the locker apparatus works like this. Oh yeah, the music's still going.
When you grab the handle, a sensor reads your fingerprint. If it's a match. The light turns on and the lock is released. According to my very limited experience, that's the way I understand it, sir. If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture. I need like Amazing Grace club remix for this song. It should be the next AI song you sing along. When the victim reaches for the handle to open the locker. Let's rewind to a little earlier. What? Wait. Phoenix loves this song, man. Here, notice the light? What's this? It's already lit. It is lit, Your Honor. That's exactly what I'm saying. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle. Order! What's the meaning of this? It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime. How can you object to that? Well, the locker locks are controlled by an electronic system. When a door is shut, a sensor is triggered, and the locker is automatically locked. Oh, I know, it must have broken down. No. Of course, I'm not an expert in this. That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor would detect and report any malfunction. Oh well, it just goes to show novices should keep their mouths shut. So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation? Me, Your Honor? Yes. Why wasn't the locker locked? Me, Your Honor. Yes, well, you see, this isn't exactly my field. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator? Huh? Maybe something like jam the system's sensor? Something jammed the sensor. Say, there's something else that seems out of place in this video. Yeah, I thought so too! Oh. There's got to be another clue somewhere in this footage. Very well, let's inspect the video once more. The locker wasn't locked. God, banger. Please watch closely. This is the continuation of the part I showed you earlier. In silence this time. For some reason. I like how the music is just so like different every time. Like we've had normal music, then the music came back, then silence. What's this? Something white fell out of the locker. But sir, it's been my experience that things fall out when doors are opened. I often fall out and roll great distances when I open my car door, sir. We can't be sure the item was completely inside the locker to begin with. What do you mean? The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door? Inserted? Phoenix said, shut the frick up, bro. We don't need to know. Devastating Meekin's law, it's true. It's true. This white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor. Oh, I understand now, sir. It's just like my tie. 2 out of 3 times it gets stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle, sir.
Instead of the door closing, my tie chokes me, but the object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the door. Not only that, it would also have to block electrical currents. It would need to be an insulator. Yes, an insulator, but at the crime scene. There just might have been something that fits that description.
But sir, by insulator you don't mean...
I think I've finally got this figured out. Very well. Will the defense please present the relevant evidence? What was the insulator that was stuck in the locker door? I found this near the locker, a thin rubber glove. But we can't be sure that was in the victim's locker. It has a tag that says SL9 incident. The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker, but that isn't the case. The lit lamp attests to this. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker. Is this not so, Officer Meekins?
Sir! It would appear so,
Order, order, order! So are we to believe then that the victim, whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room, was not Detective Goodman? Do not be misled, Your Honor. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? The defense has merely demonstrated that possibility and nothing more. The victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this. What? Officer Meekins, please testify about this.
Sir! Me, sir? I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. Oh, you mean that, sir? Of course, sir.
Is this a joke? Blue Badger content. We love Blue Badger. Well, actually, I think I'm getting the vibe that people don't love Blue Badger. I think he might be a very polarizing badger. Very well, begin your testimony.
There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, one must use a right dingo. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card.
An ID card record. I see. Blue Badger, they could never make me hate you. I need Blue Badger dead. Back to back. I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor. What do you mean? I ask as I glassy-eyed stare at the Blue Badger in the video for the 20th time as the Do 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 song plays. Everyone loves the Blue Badger. Been looking for a few minutes, but I would just like to say that I joined into that damn song. Welcome, AJ. I hope you had a good stream. Is that like a good thing, that damn song, or a bad thing, that damn song? The idea used at 5:14 is that of the victim. Okay, but it's just the idea, that doesn't mean anything. It just means they had the card. Just before the crime, Yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why were there so few people using this room? This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases. Anna's gonna slip the Badger Jam into the playlist and jump scare us all one day. Who's to say? Special cases. Extremely violent cases involving police staff. Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end. Me too, although it doesn't make much of a difference. There were only a few cases up for transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon. Right, I see. Now let us move on to the cross-examination. She'll play it during a BRB, so we just have to sit until she comes back. What good ideas you will have, there's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman's son. ID card. But an ID card is used as a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. Oh heck. I feel like we've talked about the unreliability. Oh yeah. This. Maybe? The mute button until someone in chat says welcome back. You don't like the playlist? Okay, I mean, that hurts, but...
Objection!
Maybe that was a better... Maybe I'm ahead of the curve. Maybe, you know, when you have the evidence but you don't know if you're allowed to use it yet. Maybe it's this one?
Objection!
There we go. Wait one moment, Officer Meekins. That's not your voice, Phoenix, but sure.
I'm not good at waiting, sir!
I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene. That makes sense. When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. I trust proud. You know it. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. I'm not good at waiting is the Louisiana chat when the BRB theme becomes the fashion chat. Hi Subi, how's it going? I hope you had a lovely vacation. I hope it was so wonderful. And I can try to answer. Lost item report, it's only half completed. But it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report. Let me guess. You believe this something to be his ID card, right? I can't say for sure, but there is a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card. Oh my god, look at how short his trousers are. Ankles out. Order, order! So now, what does this all mean? It can only mean one thing. It doesn't even require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card. Order, order! Does the prosecution have a response? I want to ask if you're going to upload your Tomodachi playthrough on YouTube. I'm not entirely sure. I might put them in a playlist at some point. Potentially. But I have the VOD saved, so at least on my end they aren't dead. At least. I have only one thing to say to the defense. Bravo. What? Bravo, Mr. Wright. Oh, is he gonna be like, congratulations for being so stupid? Oh, something mean. I can't take this at face value. He's gonna just be toxic. Bravo. Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. At 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime, the man in the evidence room Officer Meekins encountered was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright? Yes? What is he up to? That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake, then the murder in the evidence room is also fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder. That is... Well, I guess that's right. There's something wrong, Mr. Wright. Only moments ago, you seemed content to be pointing your finger around. This isn't going to end well. Well. It seems you've finally realized exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove. Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video is a fake, which means a murder did not take place at the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime. So the real crime could only take place at one location. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The murderer being Miss Lana Skye, the defendant. The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness observed the moment the defendant used the murder weapon. I don't know if I would agree with trustworthy, but okay. I knew that testimony was way too shabby.
Oh boy.
Thank you so much for answer. Virgule everything is so witchy for that's crazy.
I'm so sorry. Thank you for the 100 bits. I hope Twitch sorts itself out. Thank you so much. It was all a trap from the beginning. The activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim Officer Meekins encountered? And where did this person disappear to? However, none of that's important, I'm sure. This trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodwin. Just so, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, you have to do something, or else Lana... What do? How am I supposed to get myself out of this mess? Baby girl, I think you only know one thing to do. The same thing we do every time.
Objection!
One moment, Your Honor. What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven. Of course not. But I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap. Down. What are you talking about? This cross-examination has proven one thing, and one thing only. Oh, Meekins. The security video did not show the actual murder. But it doesn't show Goodman leaving. Like where is he? Where did bro go? However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. The badger ate him. Oh my god. Hungry blue badger. It's crazy. Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. If this court were to examine this further, other witnesses will be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared? I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident. Well, too bad. This just might be my chance. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand. Mr. Wright, do you mean... Your Honor, the defense would like to request a specific witness. Oh, whom do you have in mind? Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room. The prosecution requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply. Very well then, Mr. Wright. This person whom you would have testify, what is his or her name? Cutie Patootie. Officer Jake Marshall. Why him? I can't let Edgeworth know everything just yet. Put the blue badger on the stand. Please. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say. The prosecution agrees to the defense's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare. Very well. The court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is subpoenaed. I can't let Edgeworth know I met another man. Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time? We will, Your Honor. Court is now in recess. Yippee! How's it going? How are you? There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright? Huh? What do you mean? You called for Jake Marshall. It seems you've figured everything out. No. I haven't figured anything out.
Lana, you're the one who knows everything.
Emma.
You always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you.
I don't recall ever asking for his protection.
How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me?
Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, I guess I am. I'll come back later. No, stay. It got awkward. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? You've got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run all around while on duty. And to top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Sorry, detective. You better be, pal. Hey, I didn't see you there, Chief Prosecutor Sky. That's okay. So, have you brought what I asked? Oh, you mean this, right? My apologies, detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request. My name? Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Could I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files? I'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy. The SL9 incident?
But Lana, that's...
I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here. You might do well to read them. I can't believe you, the Chief Prosecutor, were a witness in that case. This guy was a witness? Take it from me. You don't want anything to do with serial murderers. Murders, even? Yeah, probably. Oh, what? Now that I've brought you your stuff, you're going to just ignore me? Emma? But why? Why is your name in here?
What? My name's in that? Oh, I'm a serial killer. You didn't know? No, it couldn't be. Lana, this SL9 incident. Is that...
That's the classification number the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dark Killings.
The Joe Dark... No, Lana. That's over with. No!
Emma, wait! You know what? I just remembered I'm not gonna be anywhere but here. Sorry, pal, but I'm out of here. Not the Scrandal 9. Jake Marshall, Angel Starr, Damon Gant, Miles Edgeworth. Not to mention Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't be just a coincidence. Knowing you, you just might be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck. I better take a good look at this file.
Dun dun dun. Down, 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 down.
Joe Dog lost it after seeing another bare hot dog. Not the naked hot dog. The court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. Sorry, Judge. Give me 1 second. I just gotta brush up on some things. Closed. Joe Dog. Serial murderer. Death. Oh, heck. So, I don't know how to read, Judge. Give me 1 second. Victims: Edward Jones, Jason Knight, Edith Kirby, Rachel Moss, Jeb Bates, Neil Marshall.
Thank you for the hydrate.
Kirby! He killed Kirby? That's crazy. Head prosecutor Miles. Witnesses: Lana Sky, Emma Sky. Executive investigators: Gant and Lana. Head investigator Bruce. And then those two also investigated. Okay. 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 Emma didn't come back. Oh. Allow me to call the next witness to the stand. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime. Hey! Witness, please state your name and occupation. Me, partner. Oh, I'm just a man, same as you, wandering the trails of civilization. Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections when needed. Yes, we get it. Whoa. Oh, I know, you're a patrolman. As for my name, if you listen hard enough, you can hear the howling wind calling it out. To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor. Howling wind. I've never heard Edgeworth described that way before. Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place. Is this correct?
Hi, Zaid.
According to the papers, partner. What do you mean? A desperado's soul is as boundless as the desert sands. No paper can sum it up. Maybe it's best we get on with this quickly. Please share with us your testimony of the day of the crime. In plain old English. I know, Meekins didn't deserve to be wrapped up in all this. He deserves a holiday, probably. My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard. They say I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was at a street side saloon at the time it went down. I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail. Okay. I can't say I particularly care for your attitude. I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining. Wait a minute. What do you mean by 2 security systems? I mean the security cameras and the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those. Yeah, well, what about the fingerprint activated locks on the evidence lockers? Fingerprint activated locks? What kind of a newfangled doohickeys are those? He's not being very helpful. He's not that good with machines, or with following orders. Everyone's got their weaknesses now, don't they, Mr. Prosecutor? No? This one seems like trouble. Okay, Mr. Wright, he's all yours. My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard. How exactly did you keep an eye on the evidence room? I just made sure nothing moved in the security camera monitor. That room's so still, even time dies in there. I was just a caretaker who entered the recordings. You interred them. Videos of nothing aren't that useful. When the time would come, I'd erase the tape. If nothing unusual is recorded, tapes are to be erased every 6 hours. Each time I'd erase a tape, it felt like I was erasing a part of my life. This guy has a flair for the dramatic, but it isn't going to do him any good. So in actuality, you don't physically enter the evidence room. They say I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. But you made your rounds on the day of the crime, right? Ain't you heard a word I said, partner? I told you that ain't my style. I'm afraid I don't understand. No desperado I know lets rules get in his way. No desperados I know join the police force. So Officer Marshall, on the day of the crime, just between you and me, and everyone else here at court, I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day. There was a rubber glove stuck in the victim's locker. Did you know anything about that? Sorry, partner. Can't say I do. I haven't been in that crypt in weeks. How does this guy avoid being fired? Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. You used to be a detective, so you've used the evidence room in the past, correct? Of course, back in the day, my locker was a gold mine of evidence. And yet, you didn't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism. Sorry, partner. I ain't good with machines. I couldn't even tell you how a bike works. That's quite incredible. The sensors on the locker handles cannot be seen. It's well known that some detectives are unaware of their presence. Now that he mentions it, Detective Gumshoe said something like that too. At any rate, it doesn't seem that this is relevant to the crime. Can you tell us what you were doing when the crime took place? If I remember right, I was at a street side saloon at the time it went down. What were you doing in a place like that? I was eating spaghetti. Okay. Not even Angel's steak lunches can beat that parlor's vongole sepia pasta. Do you mean to tell us you abandoned your police duty to eat some noodles? Not all desperados eat tacos, partner. That's not what I meant. I hope this at least taught you a lesson! That's strange. This is usually where Edgeworth says, "Did you not want to raise this year?" He's learned his lesson. After the last one. I'm just an innocent traveling man. Out of ammo, Officer Marshall. That's right, partner. Or as you call it, evidence. If you plan to pin me to this crime, then you better draw. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time. My steel horse is waiting to carry me back west into the sunset. One thing seems clear. Despite being responsible for guarding the evidence room, the witness doesn't appear to have seen anything. Texans don't take orders from anyone. Everyone knows that. You're not Texan. Apparently your superiors don't. Okay, I have a trump card up my sleeve, so I best keep my cool. Before I use it though, I better up the ante. Okay. My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was at a street side saloon at the time it went down. I'm just an innocent traveler man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time to hit the trail. I feel like he must do this at home. Like, his whole home must be super themed, right? I bet Marshall would love Red Dead Redemption 2 online roleplay servers. And he can live out his dreams. I mean, I do want to ask about this, but I mean, it's not really a contradiction, I don't think. I just want the details. This is the first one today where I don't think I even really have a good idea. But I feel like we don't have much evidence to do with him specifically, which to me narrows it down to the ID card record and obviously his fingerprints. But they did say, like Phoenix said, let's not use that immediately. And we've got his name in this. But that feels too dramatic to bring up those papers immediately. But I'm not... So it makes me think the ID card record is what we want. But I don't know exactly what that would be contradicting as such. But I think that's the only thing we can contradict, because his other statements are like, my job was to keep an eye on it. And like there's not really a contradiction there. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, like you can't really contradict that. But this one, he's like, there are 2 security systems, which you can contradict by being like, no, there's not. This, he's just saying where he was, which we could contradict by being like, no, you weren't, you were here. But I don't know if we know where he was. So I think it's 3 or 4, because those are the only statements I think you can like actively contradict him. There's actually 3 security systems if you count the rope trap, exactly. And that's the most important one. Well, maybe we could contradict this by being like, aren't you 77777? I don't know if that makes any sense.
Objection!
I don't believe it makes sense. Let's try... Okay, we might as well try this one, I guess.
Objection!
Okay. What have I got about the security systems? I don't think anything, but that's fine. Because this doesn't show the door either. The sheer aura of the blue panther. Get him, Meekins! Get him! Get him! Maybe we just have to be like, are you innocent? Maybe we do just have to go for it. That's the contradiction. You're not innocent. You're a liar. But Phoenix did say, I don't want to go with that straight away.
Objection!
Oh, okay, he did want to though. Officer Marshall. He was like, I wanna increase the thing a bit before I go for that. So I was like, okay, I won't use it. Let's just do it. Shall we, Phoenix? Doesn't it strike you as odd? That is, you being called in to testify like this. After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime. And yet you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, partner. It's quite simple. You left a very large trail behind at the scene. Or to be exact, a handprint. Wasn't real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects, that is, make my rounds about once a month. So wait, he's employed to check it 3 times a day and he does it once a month? It's only natural my fingerprints would be in there.
Objection!
I only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood. Witness, what's the meaning of this? Your blood-stained fingerprints were at the crime scene. The blood was wiped away. However, a luminol test clearly revealed this. Well, Officer Marshall? I know, partly literally the dream job. It seems to me there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders. I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall? About the blood-stained fingerprints? Very well, you may begin your testimony about your fingerprints found at the scene of the crime. Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the blood-stained handprint. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. The blood stain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? See? I had nothing to do with it. Oh, so they just both happen to touch the same part of the locker and with a similar hand size and a similar, yeah. That makes sense. The witness's explanation appears valid, although there's some room for doubt. Life wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner. Oh. The judge being like, yeah, true. I'll nod to that. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. This guy's hiding something. I can feel it. Now's my chance to prove it. It is romantic. It's like star-crossed lovers. Like I said. That's because you... How did you put it? Pay your respects once a month. Yeah, that's right. That and one more thing. That locker happens to be mine. What? What do you mean? I mean what I said. That's the locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use. All that's in there now, though, is a heap of broken dreams. No. I see. It'd be strange if my prints weren't all over that locker. Apparently his fingerprint data was never removed from that locker's programming. He must have been using the fingerprint lock all this time without ever knowing it. One of them just happened to be at the same place. So then, what about the bloody handprint? Well, mine. It's no mystery. Please explain. My locker is covered with my fingerprints. It just so happened. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. The chances of that happening are 1,000,000 to 1. On the contrary, one could argue just the opposite. The chances of that not happening are 1,000,000 to 1. Get one thing straight, partner. Okay, it's Pride Month. Please. He can't get one thing straight. You ain't gonna get no reward from me with a mere fingerprint. You wanna know why? The blood stain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Unrelated. They're as different as night and day. Kinda like cereal in cereal. One's got to do with breakfast while the other's a type of murder. He's right! Although seemingly alike, they're totally different. I don't see what homonyms have to do with this. Well, bamboozled. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? How do you know that? I may be a loner, but I still do my job. I keep up on the reports. There was a blood stain at the scene, thought to be left by the murderer. That's right. It was found on Detective Gumshoe's locker. However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint. But yeah, I think we tried that too. So that would mean the murderer wearing gloves. Shocked that Phoenix knows the word homonym. Sure. Happened to place their hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprint. That's the only logical conclusion. That's the only one. Are you starting to get the picture, partner? The picture. This seal of blood. In the desert, it's just food for the buzzards. There's only one reality, and that's this. The security tape. So long as my trail isn't in there, you can't say otherwise. This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Please consider carefully where you're going with this cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Now then, continue your testimony, Officer Marshall. Too bad it wasn't me in that video, right, partner? What do you mean by that? You want to tie me to this crime, isn't that right, partner? If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have.
Objection!
But that video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots. Blind spots? Places you can't see. The camera's panning back and forth. The floor isn't shown. If someone was familiar with the camera's position, they could leave the room without being caught on tape.
Objection!
We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright. Well, Mr. Wright, if you can show us the evidence in this video that indicates Officer Marshall was present, please do so now. I don't. Is there? Sure, I'll show it. Very well. Allow me to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall. Tread carefully, Mr. Wright, or you might wind up being the one making the mistake. Now then, let's have another look at the video. I love the DS. I love it very much. Wait, no. Yeah. He opens his locker. No thingy. Fast forward. Go faster. One more time. And then, while the camera, he sneaks around. Pause. Take that. What if this video was Hannah's break screen? I think I'm gonna have that video, but like overlaid on top of it, I'm gonna have the map transitions from Virtue's Last Reward. You're fast? Thank God you're so perceptive. I started that video for too long. I'm so happy you're perceptive. Bringing our attention back to the security camera is a mistake I'm afraid you'll soon not forget, Officer Marshall. That might genuinely be what hell looks like. Throw in Wesker cutouts. You're like traveling around the map in VLR and then occasionally there'll just be like a Wesker jump scare. And we're like, hello, Chris. Fancy seeing you here. And then he goes away again. Yeah, and then Harlock, it'll be like different characters. Wait, why does that sound kind of epic? I'm gonna have to edit an hour of VLR map transition. The days are short in Texas, and so are our tempers. Could you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less? Caught you. That's it, too. Done. Very well. You can clearly be seen in this video. Exactly 8 words. Not bad, partner. The key lies in a certain locker shown in the video. That locker with the white cloth sticking out. That was the witnesses, I believe. Now then, let's rewind the video a bit. Beep, 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 beep. Door slides open. Fade to black. Wesker's voice. I'm not that used to escorting men. Premature. Yeah. That sounds maybe actually peak. Oh, the white cloth. It's gone. What's the meaning of this, Officer Marshall? When the crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then, it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more, you opened your locker when the camera was turned away. You have given me ideas. I don't know if they'll come to fruition, but they're good ideas. I'll write it down even. Ah! He's yapping! Oh my god, I missed him. I think. Hold your horses. Sorry, partner, but you got the wrong man. We could make it like a community thing. Everyone edits their own transition. Oh, that sounds peak. I like it. Yeah, go for it. I support everyone making their edits. So what if my locker was open? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it. True. True, Kat. Very true. The murderer needed to hide something, so he opened a locker and stuck it in. It's not my fault he happened to choose mine. Why is everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man? This guy isn't just playing dumb. He really doesn't know. Ugh, I hate to rain on your parade. But you're the only person who can open that particular locker. Oh yeah? I'll call your bluff. You say I opened that locker, now prove it. Wait. Like this? What? Fingerprint sensor? Oh no! Oh no! We talked about this earlier today. The lockers can only be opened by the detectives they belong to. What kind of crazy talk is this? Well, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this. In any case, it looks not that obvious. There are even some people in the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. You didn't know! So, Sheriff, what do you have to say in 8 words or less? Oh. Oh. Damn, okay. I only got 1 word for you, partner. No! Whoa! No! The animation. Order, order, order. Witness, explain yourself. If this is a joke, it's the worst I've ever heard. I assure you, this is no joke. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime. Hey, please, answer the question. What? What is he now, a bullfighter? That's all right, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure the rest out from here. We can? Have a look at these floor plans. This judge is wacky. It's fun. There is no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet, Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall. If that's so, then where was the witness? It seems Mr. Wright has an answer. That's right. The only possible conclusion. Well then, let's hear it. Where was Officer Marshall at the time of the crime? Is that what you're asking me? That he's role-playing? What are we doing? Officer Marshall was standing right there, right here. I got you. There, but that's where the victim, Detective Goodman, was. Correct. Unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman. I believe the victim in the video is Officer Marshall. It was you, dressed up like Detective Goodman. But that's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime scene. Once he saw the man's face, he'd know for sure.
Objection!
May I point out, though, that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman. He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted.
When I entered the evidence room, I asked him to show his card, sir.
Yes, and how did Detective Goodman respond?
He suddenly pulled a knife on me.
Something about the officer's story puzzled me. If the man had his ID card, why didn't he just show it? Yes, he would have needed it to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it. The answer is simple. He couldn't show it. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on his ID card.
Oh, I get it.
If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized the man wasn't Detective Goodman. Do you have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall? You've got quite an imagination, partner. We got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence. Circumstantial evidence? He's still denying it. You're gonna have to do better than that to break a detective. Unless you have some hard evidence proving I dressed up as the victim. I can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition. I can't say I care for your beer, but you don't see me complaining. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim? The shoe? I don't know. Well, who am I kidding? I don't have anything like that. I can see the fear in your eyes, partner. Seems you're the one who couldn't take the desert heat. The dessert. Ah, this can't be happening. It's so obvious he's the one. What can I do? Oh my god, are you gonna help me? It looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed. Oh my god, you're gonna expose me, Edgeworth? That's crazy. I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out. When you've run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics. The basics. For me, that would be what Mia used to tell me. Phoenix, try thinking outside of the box. I shouldn't look for proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise, but rather I should look for evidence that came about because he was in disguise. Why do you think this locker was opened in the first place? What do you mean? There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yet he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later, as it has been. Which means he didn't originally plan to open his locker. Oh, no, wait, no. I was saying oh like I understood. I don't think I do. According to the defense's argument. I was gonna say maybe he put his coat in there or something, but he was wearing it at the end of... Unless there were two coats. Two coats, two people, two murders, two of everything. Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then, after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason. The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that he opened it in order to put the cloth inside. So, just what exactly is this piece of cloth? Perhaps the video is the key to all our unanswered questions. Is it because he got the blood on his coat? I don't have any evidence, so this video is my only shot. Because Meekins grabbed him. So maybe it's the... After committing the crime, the witness opened the locker to put away the white cloth. Please show us why the witness had to open his locker. No, go back. For some reason, you disguised yourself as Detective Goodman and entered the evidence room, though I don't know to what end yet. Yeah. However, something unexpected happened. I've never felt so praised for guessing things. So thank you. Thank you so much. Officer Meekins barged in on you. When asked to show your ID card, you pulled a knife on him. However, Officer Meekins panicked, and the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood. A bloody white coat? You couldn't just walk out like that, so you hid the coat in your locker. Not bad, partner. Now then, Officer Marshall. Are you ready to tell us the truth? Looks like I underestimated y'all. I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. Why Mr. Edgeworth? What? 2 years ago. If you were only half as persistent then as you are today, we all wouldn't have to be here now would we? What? Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did. All of it. All right. It seems the time has come. I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out and managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera. There wasn't any murder in that evidence room at 5:15. Okay. So the supposed victim was really you. But there's one thing I still don't understand. Traces of a large quantity of blood were found on the floor of the evidence room. If no one was murdered, then how could that be? Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. My guess is he's the donor. It was way too much blood for such a small donation. Yeah, Sherlock, yeah, what the heck? I had to do it that day. When you say it, you mean... Do you even have to ask, partner? The SL9 incident. 2 years have passed since that case was closed. It was going to completely end with the transferal that day. Not if I have anything to do with it. That incident's not over. But what did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room? When a case is closed, only that case's lead detective can look through the evidence. Oh. I wanted to have a look at it myself one more time. No matter what the cost. I don't care what anyone says, partner. That case is mine. But Officer Marshall wasn't in charge of that investigation. Why does he care so much about it? Baby girl, you read the paper. That day was my last chance. That's why I stole the detective's ID, dressed like him. Why did you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman? If I didn't make it look like Goodman was carrying out the evidence transferal, I'd be arrested for stealing evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere. So you did it to fool the security camera. Sorry, so you did it to... And the detective's ID card? I stole that the morning of the incident. So that really was why Goodman started filling out the lost item report. I returned his ID card. I left it on the floor in the prosecutor's office parking lot. The ID card I found was left there by Officer Marshall. I think it's like this whole big thing. This whole SL incident, and like for some reason they're framing Edgeworth. I don't get why Edgeworth. Well, because he prosecuted it. But like, it was their evidence. So why not frame like Gant or... Oh well, I guess they killed Goodman. Why not Edgeworth? No, that's a great question. Like, just do it for fun at this point. So essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight. Yeah, pin it on him. That's why. What do you mean, partner? I mean, the fingerprint activated lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. Well, that's what you think, buddy. Under normal circumstances, you wouldn't have been able to open that locker yourself. But he could because the rubber glove just happened to get stuck in the door. That means Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Officer Marshall. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. You pulled a knife on him. Let's just say I was a little surprised. I only planned on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during that short time. Officer Meekins suddenly is a 1 in a million type of person. Mistaking a detective for an intruder and demanding to be shown his ID. I'll have to think a little more about his raise this year. Aww. When did Edgeworth get so much influence? The day he was born. Anyway, he threw himself at me, and I ended up cutting him slyly. I'm sorry it had to turn out that way. With me knocking him out and everything. Hands off my Go Meekins. True. Meekins is the best. Horoscope Meekins' career. Oh, he's gonna become an Uma Musume horse. That's nice. Good for him. By the way, what happened to your knife? Oh, you mean this one? You're shaping with it? So you knocked Officer Meekins out and managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera. So you did your research beforehand. Those who go into the desert unprepared don't live long, partner. I didn't think it would make a difference though. The security tape is erased every 6 hours. If all had gone as planned, no footage would have been left. However, you bloodied your coat in your struggle with Officer Meekins. If someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. I opened my locker and stashed it in there. What was Officer Meekins doing during that time? He was passed out, sleeping like a baby. So what you're saying is on that day, there wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. It was at 5:16. But the blood, it certainly indicates a crime took place. What, are you blind? The victim shown on that tape is me, and I'm not dead yet, partner. So you stole the evidence from the locker? Actually, no, I didn't. Why not? When I opened the locker, the evidence was already gone. Oh. What? Mr. Edgeworth, where is that evidence? It's still missing, Your Honor. Missing evidence? No. Detective Goodman's locker was already empty. Someone else stole the evidence. Well, I don't know if they stole it. It was transferal day. No? So it could have just been, you know, transferred. But it was probably 77777777. Officer Marshall, may I ask you one thing? Fire away, partner. It's a free country. Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer. Why did you do this? Stealing a detective's ID, injuring a police officer. This is no small offense. Moreover, you're an officer yourself. This will have serious consequences. It can't just be forgiven with a simple cut in salary. Not that salary cuts are ever a valid solution. Like I said, this isn't your case. This one is mine. And I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with. The witness has an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear more. I like him. Let him keep talking. I just can't forget the SL9 incident. You know why? But that case was solved 2 years ago, wasn't it? That's the reason the evidence was stored in the evidence room. Archie is an investor. He's into it. Joe Dark was convicted for his crimes. One thing I can say for sure is he deserved his sentence. I remember the Joe Dark case. It involved serial murders, didn't it? I don't intend to complain about how it turned out. But there's something that still bothers me. Something went down at that trial. Something no one will talk about. What happened? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. Gulp. Why is he so concerned with that incident? Phoenix, we both read it, okay? You've seen the surnames. Wake up. Maybe I should present him with what I think his real reason is. I had a feeling we'd wind up here sooner or later. Everyone involved is related in some ways, that case. I better take another look at the files. Don't disrespect me like that. I remember what I read. So you want me to present it, even if it's not a contradiction, I'm confirming it. I don't...
Objection!
Officer Marshall, I think I understand. I think I know why you care so much about the SL9 incident. Sounds like you've been sipping too much cactus juice, partner. I have the SL9 incident file here. The name Marshall is mentioned in here. In a list of murder victims. Neil Marshall. Are you related to this man? Neil Marshall? Yeah, I'm sure you've heard the name. 2 years ago. Oh my god, the baby! What the hell? He was a prosecutor? He received the same lousy prosecutor award you got. What? A prosecutor? He must be talking about the King of Prosecutors Award. Now I remember, Prosecutor Neil Marshall. So, Neil. He handled the SL9 case before I did. That's right. He was killed. And the case fell into your hands. But what's his relation to you? He was... Oh my god, Harville. My brother. Oh. He was investigating the murders with Damon Gann, the deputy chief of police. The other cowboy! Yeah, I was right there! Oh my god! The group of detectives I was part of worked under them. We were desperate to prosecute the killer. Whoa, okay. Aura? Joe Dark. My brother fought Dark and was killed. Oh my god, it was like he was light. And the killer was dark. And the light was
taken by Shadow.
That was the first time Dark left behind any evidence. That was all we needed.
Cowboy has a genetic.
He was arraigned and incarcerated. The case was finally closed. At least according to the public records. What do you mean? My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight. And that's it? That's your reason for your insane actions? Family relations? That's it? That's all you had? That's more to my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me. Well, at least one thing's for certain. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime. That was the last day the SL9 case could be reopened. Not satisfied with its resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence. Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Officer Meekins confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled. I do like the idea that Edgeworth like keeps accidentally picking up the accent and is like, what? Nope. Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place at the police department that day. The things that happen by chance never cease to amaze. At exactly the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office, this fake murder was going on at the police department. Chance? It's gotta be more than just that. So if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, that means the murder in the prosecutor's office parking lot was the real one. Which in turn means only one person could have committed the crime. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye.
Objection!
But wait. A verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial.
Objection!
Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today. But there's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There yet remained the mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department. It seems to me this boy's got the draw on you, partner. All of the mysteries at the police department have been resolved, no doubt about it. Our sole murder took place at the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Skye. And the testimony of one Miss Angel Starr is completely incontestable. If you have a response, make it a single word or less. Oh. I rest my case. Oh, just make out with him. I'm tired. Thank you for the streak, Paladin. It seems this trial has reached its conclusion. There's no room for doubt. Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time disproving the alleged murder at the police department. There's no doubt what I proved today is true. The apparent murder on the security camera's tape really was fake. But I didn't realize that would end up proving Lana guilty. I mean, we haven't. We just haven't though, have we? Like, we still disproved everything that happened yesterday. That doesn't suddenly, by proving this, mean that Miss Starr's testimony is all good now. Like, we haven't proven anything. Well, they haven't proven it. Now then, the time for this verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant. Emma? Yeah! Your Honor, wait! Emma! The defense has an objection. A scientific objection. Right? What do you mean, right? Mr. Wright? Are you this girl's guardian? No, Your Honor. In a sense.
Please, Your Honor. All I'm asking is for a minute of your time. Please hear me out. Mr. Edgeworth, please.
I don't want to leave any loose ends. Definitely no other reason. Definitely nothing else. Definitely not me having emotions and caring a little bit. You want a minute? I'll give you 3. Oh, that's so sweet of you.
I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out the SL9 incident referred to the Joe Dog killings.
Now that she mentions it, the name of both Sky's sisters were in that file.
But that's what I figured it out. I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day? So I knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing, the other handprint.
You mean the traces of blood found on Detective Gumshoe's locker? But no fingerprints were found on it, right?
No, but I figured if I examined it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue. So, I ran over there and looked at it again.
So did you find something?
No. Sorry. I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator after all.
Is that all?
Please don't be mad. I'm just a high school student.
And I'm just an attorney.
But Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. If we can't find something wrong with them, please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. If anyone can save Lana, it's you.
Me? Oh boy. Time's up. Now then, Mr. Wright, with regard to the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain? It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. I am. I'm feeling troubled. I'm feeling that. Looking at the floor plans, a handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this?
Mr. Wright, I'm sorry I can't be of more use. But still, if you can't find anything wrong with that blood mark, Lana will be...
Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day. Yes, Your Honor. If ever I've needed to concentrate, it's now. What could be wrong with that handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker? Could there be something that I'm missing? I mean, I object, but I don't know why.
Objection!
The handprint left at this handprint left at the crime scene clearly shows a contradiction. The only thing that seems clear is your grasping, Mr. Wright. You've been staring pretty intently at those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them? Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing. Missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn on that? The badger! Something that when drawn will completely change the meaning of the blood mark. Let us pray the defense isn't simply trying to buy time. Very well, Mr. Wright. With all this evidence, there's got to be something I can use. Which item can prove something is missing in the floor plans? I mean, the vase also got broken, but that wouldn't be on the floor plan. Would it? Or I guess maybe because it would prove that something needs to be... What? I feel more comfortable with the badger though. I'm gonna guess badger because I just love the badger. Badger! What about that piece of plywood? The Blue Badger, mascot of the police force. Defender of truth, guardian of proof. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Please look at the floor plans of the crime scene. The Blue Badger is not here. So? So watch what happens when we put him in. This is where he was dancing. It's true. So how would the hand get there? And look, he's all smudged up too. Well, what? That's right. So long as the Blue Badger is dancing here, it would be impossible to place a handprint at this spot on the locker. What? So that means... just exactly what does that mean? It means it can't be done. What are you saying? Blood traces were undeniably found on the locker. Wow, what the heck? Thank you so much for the raid! Phoenix Wright! Hello, how's it going? Welcome on in. What were you up to today? How's it going? Oh my gosh, so many friends. Hello, thank you so much for the raid. Miley, thank you for the follow. Welcome on in, everyone. I played this whole trilogy on stream, and it took me like 8 months. Do you want to see something embarrassing? So I'm on the last case of game 1. I began this game in 2021. So it's been a little while. Not that I've, you know, exclusively been playing this game for the last 5 years. But yeah, I've been on and off with it. It's been a time. But I miss them. I miss them. Also, yes, oh my god, please go pee, go get some food, go rest after your stream. That's me with several games. I have some Final Fantasy saves from years ago I need to finish. It's real. It's real. Sometimes you just get a little distracted and then suddenly it's been 3 years and you're like, oh no. Ace Attorney speedrunner. I hope everyone's doing well. Welcome on in. Hello, I'm Hannah. One of my favorite games ever is The Great Ace Attorney, which I love very, very much. And now I'm finishing Ace Attorney for the first time. Hannah felt the siren call of Victorian Ace Attorney Yowie. It's true. I did. Just a tiny break with Yakuza and Persona. True, when I first played this game, I don't think I'd played a Persona yet. No, maybe I just finished Persona 5 for the first time. That's wild. The Great Ace Attorney is my favorite. I love... It's like, I don't know, probably my 3rd favorite game of all time. I like maybe 3rd or 4th, I don't know. I love it so much. Ugh. I love it so much. I'm also secretly hoping Avery will take Great Ace Attorney at some point. I mean, I'll be there if it happens. I just think it's one of the greatest games ever, maybe. I don't know. I love it so much. So much. What are you saying? Blood traces were undeniably found on that locker. Don't look at me. I didn't put it there. Mr. Wright, think it through scientifically. Emma, on that afternoon, Officer Meekins was the one who brought the Blue Badger to the evidence room, right? After he put it down, it would be impossible to leave a handprint on that locker. Oh, so it was already there? So that must mean it was left there before the Blue Badger was brought in. Just one moment. I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom. It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, But it's the only possible explanation. I'm just now learning about Grey Ace Attorney. If you're a fan of Ace Attorney, then I thought there's a whole world out there for you. I love Grey Ace Attorney so much. It's the best. It's the greatest. I love it. A very normal amount. But it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room, blood was spilled not once but twice. But how? One time was captured on this tape, taken by the security camera. Officer Meekins cut his hand, from which a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is, the other time, we don't have so much to do. Poor, like, Meekins doesn't deserve to be bullied like this. Someone bled prior to the struggle shown on this tape. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered.
Objection!
That's ridiculous. I refuse to accept your absurd claim.
Objection!
The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be a fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found on the locker.
Objection!
So then, assuming this murder you purport really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show evidence that proves when it occurred. When did the first incident occur? Just a summarize, even. The defense claims that prior to the Officer Meekins being cut by Jake Marshall, who was posing as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in that evidence room. That's right. The blood mark on the locker proves this. Very well, then tell us. When did this first incident occur? As Mr. Edgeworth said, proof must be presented. Proof that shows when the murder took place. There's only one piece of evidence that can show that. Now then, will the defense please present its evidence? What shows when the first crime took place? Well, I would presume it's this, because it shows that someone entered at 4:20. Believes it. And also we know... Wait, does that all work with the... Yeah, he died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m, so that still checks out with the autopsy. Okay. If the crime took place inside the evidence room, then the killer would have had to enter it. And in order to do so, an ID card would have been required. An ID card! Oh, the ID card record! Officer Meekins brought the Blue Badger panel into the evidence room at, let's just see here, 4:50 p.m. If the crime took place before that time, then it would be 4:40 p.m. No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying 20 minutes prior to that. I'm not saying Edgeworth killed him. Please. Or no. Ah! Just what have you done? I never would have figured you had the nerve, boy. That is not correct. Oh my god. Drop the act witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure it couldn't have been me. No, I again. I'm afraid I don't understand either. It's clear from the luminol test the blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood. That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer. I would have had just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible. However, 20 minutes, doable. Doable. That would mean the crime must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room. Let's take a look at the chart again. There's only one other card number remaining. 77777777. Talk about a lucky number. But wait, that doesn't make sense. How could Detective Goodman have entered the evidence room? Since there's no record of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murderer. That's the only plausible explanation. He went in with 77777777. Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP. Find out whose ID number is 77777777. That's 17 too many, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of that ID card. At least at present. What? Because the police have taken over! Explain yourself, son. The ID number 77777777 belongs to someone with a rank of captain or higher. Someone who is a so-called executive officer. We don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity. Gantz, I swear to God. But that's ridiculous. Just how... I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright. There is one situation in which we can be granted such authority. If an official charge filed against an executive is accepted. An official charge. You're all alike, aren't you? With your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how the prosecutor's office operates. Well, so does the police, man! I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate it if you would keep your slander to yourself. Slander, is it? Okay. Let me ask a question. Yes? No, not to you. To her, the defendant sitting over there. Your own little executive. Lana?
Objection!
Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course we've looked up her ID number, and it is not 77777777. Don't play me for a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing about that incident. The SO9 incident. Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence? Do you need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor? I heard him fine, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At the time, occasionally, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least, I did.
I do.
Lana! I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law. Defendant, just what are you saying? I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Can you look at me, an investigator in that crime, in the eye and say that you did? Chief Prosecutor, you didn't. I don't have to, Officer Marshall. Why won't you answer him? Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. But Lana! Even if it involved forging evidence. See? That's what I'm talking about. No. No! Order! 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 Lana's remarks caused such a stir that chaos in the courtroom could not be quelled. The conclusion of the trial would have to wait until the following day. Dun, dun, dun. That's how you get your convictions thrown out. Well, luckily, they killed him already, so thank God. that she won't have to deal with that. Very cool. Very great. I know, Edgeworth has had the wackiest like 3 months of his life. Well, I think we'll end there because wow. Forging evidence. All the cool prosecutors are doing it. Thank you again for being such a gamer. I feel like we did good progress today. I was like tuned in to the video. It was good. It was good. So much gaming. Thank you. Today, like, we rose from the ashes. True. Anywho, we'll stop there. Thank you so much for hanging out. If you're still here from that raid, thank you for logging and or hanging out and chatting, and thank you for giving it a go. We will be back tomorrow with some more Ace Attorney. Yeah, I look forward to it, and I hope you do too. Please feel free to join the Discord, where we have an Ace Attorney channel, as well as cool people who are cool. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna try and re-export the Resident Evil video so that it isn't broken and can maybe be uploaded sooner. But I hope everyone else has an amazing rest of their evenings, and I'll see you in the Discord, or I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!